My name's ThIs, set up builds and stuff. I'm from Yorkshire. We don't pronounce our H's where I'm from. I'm from Hull, but we don't say Hull, we say Hull. I'm from Hull, and this build is absolutely underrated. Relativism, Spirit of the Foetracer. Foetracer gives you a 25% damage increase, but we're going to be maxing that out to 65% very, very easily, and it's like a literal free damage increase. So easy to do. Great for void weapons. And we'll also be featuring survivability with Spirit of the Gyrfalcon. Now, I say survivability because this makes your weapons have volatile rounds. You pair it up with repulsor brace weapons, you got an overshield, and Stylish Executioner will just literally let you skim out of invisibility all of the time and get a void overshield. And like I said, you got loads of survivability with that, and you're able to pack a punch with void weapons with that 65% damage increase. So still with me, I'll break it down. So we'll start off with a class item. This combo, like I said, is really one of my favourite ones in the game. Spirit of the Foetracer. Damaging a powerful combatant or a guardian with an ability that matches your weapon will give you a 25% damage increase, which is just ridiculous, very easy to do. So you're just going to see some damage numbers. 136. At the moment, I'm using a void hand cannon. So again, 136. I'm going to hit him with a void ability, i.e. my magnetic grenade, and it's for 196. Very importantly, the magnetic grenade is going to give you 25% for your void weapon damage, but we're also running Facet of Dominance to make that weaken, so you're getting an additional 15% damage increase. So basically, we're getting 25% damage increase, 136, hit them with the void ability, 25% plus the weakening, so it works out in total to be a 40% damage increase. Very, very easy to do. And of course, if you run the Snare Bomb, which is also a void ability, which will proc your Foetracer, this also weakens, and if you pair it up with Facet of Dawn, which gives you Radiant, that's 20% damage increase, plus 15% weakening, plus 25% from the Foetracer. That works out to be over 60% damage increase. So you'll see there, 136, hit them with a Smoke Bomb, and it shoots up to 235. That is really easy to do. With the Smoke Bomb, as we know, we can literally spam them Smoke Bombs whenever we want. You can go even further with that with weapons like the Moss Athanaut with Accelerated Assault, which will give you another 6% damage increase, 5 or 6% on top of that. So this is just a little example. You're going to see it shoot up even more. So that's even more damage. That's like 66% damage increase with Accelerated Assault. Where other weapon perks as well, like Precision Instrument, are all separate from that. So they all stack as well. So if you've got Precision Instrument, other perks on top of there as well, it'll all work. So just a really good little class item combo. Foetracer. And all that's going to stack with weapon perks such as Surrounded as well. Surrounded is a really good one on this Monody. You're going to get your Foetracer, the Weakening, the Radiant, etc. Plus you're Surrounded, which is like a 40% damage increase. With Repulsor Brace, because you're going to be weakening things anyway, so you're going to get a damage increase and that Void Overshield from defeating a debuff target, whether you hit that with your Smoke Bomb or your Magnetic Grenade. You're going to be able to get an Overshield and put out plenty of damage as well. I'm only skimming over a few weapons. There's loads of different weapons you can consider with this. Things like Slayer's Fang, Age-Old Bond, loads of weapons that have Repulsor Brace and perks on it, like Surrounded, Precision Instrument, things like that, just all stacking damage. Now, this next part is a little bit about the survivability. As you can see here, I'm getting my Overshield, and I'm just in and out of invisibility all of the time. There's a couple of things that makes this work, and I really like this for survivability. I know you got a lot of DR builds, but you don't really need damage resistance with this particular combo. Because the other part of the Foetracer combo is the Gyrfalcon. Your void weapons gain volatile rounds after you emerge from being invisible. This is just S tier godly. Pair it up with Stylish Executioner. Every time you kill something that's got an elemental debuff on it, you're going to get invisibility. So you're weakening, your destabilizing rounds, volatile rounds from Gyrfalcon are just going to keep that proccing all of the time, which is just a perfect match for weapons with Repulsor Brace. So your volatile rounds without any weakening are also going to proc that Repulsor Brace for you infinitely. So you've always got an Overshield via the Gyrfalcon. And again, that Foetracer gives you that extra damage, which we've touched on. So in this clip here, you'll just see, again, I'm just literally coming out of invisibility, whether I'm defeating the void debuff target from my snare bomb or the weakening from dominance or magnetic grenade or the volatile rounds. It just gives me that repulsor brace and the invisibility, a really, really good nut combo. Now, repulsor brace weapons, the High Tyrant, this roll I've got really shines with this particular setup. You're going to get 3 overshields basically, plus the Foetracer 25%, the weakening, etc. Add on Frenzy to that, which will give you a 15% damage increase. So basically what's happening, we've got Frenzy, 15%, 25% from Foetracer, 15% weakening, and then you also got that Radiant as well whenever you use your Smoke Bomb. And this really does make this weapon stand out big time in all GMs. It works particularly good in this week's GM because there is Void Burn on there, but I've used it in other GMs this season, and it absolutely shreds. For a primary ammo pulse rifle, it feels very good in -50s. And if you just keep looking at my health bar, as well as putting out plenty of damage, I'm always just going to keep getting that random overshield when you kill the debuff targets from the repulsor brace. It just works really, really nicely. And if you do want to put out a bit of damage, perks like Whirlwind Blade, Surrounded, this are all going to stack nicely with your Foetracer. Black Talon, which suppresses, which is really good. Heart Shadow, you get some massive damage on all these type of weapons as well. All you have to do is literally just stick them with your magnetic grenade or hit them with your snare bomb, and you can put out some really, really big damage, guys. I found it all round a very good class item combo for everything. Great survivability, as you'll see here. I've got my Sullen Claw procced, I've got my Void damage increase, and I'm skimming around in and out of invisibility. Take a bit of damage there, no problem. Get my overshield, come out of there invisible with an overshield, and put out plenty of damage. Very, very nice. Just for ad clearance as well. The other thing with Gyrfalcon, Spirit of the Gyrfalcon, all them volatile rounds do extra damage, and if you got GMs with Void Ben or Void shielded enemies like so, all extra damage from your destabilizing rounds via Gyrfalcons is just absolutely insane. And again, you still can put out some big damage with certain weapons, which plenty of good decent Void weapons. Sullen Claw, Whirlwind Blade, and we Smoke Bomb. Get that Radiant going again. It's just absolutely huge. You can easily deal with -50 champions, no problem at all. And then we're going to see this Void Overshield again, in and out, skimming out like invisibility with various different weapons. With Repulsor Brace, I'm just featuring a few. There's loads you can use. Just feels really nice. Make sure you proc your Foetracer by hitting any powerful combatant. And in GMs, don't forget, most things are powerful combatants. Even some of the little enemies still proc Foetracer. So it's very easy to proc. And like I said, it is literally a free damage increase with that Smoke Bomb. So all you got to do is dodge, and you're going to get a free Smoke Bomb every single time. And the other thing with Foetracer as well is Tether actually gives you a 30% damage increase. So if you hit something with Tether, that's giving you 30%. Plus your weakening, and it's proccing your Foetracer as well, so it really is big damage increase via your Tether as well. Next part of the video, I'm just really quickly going to skim through my fragments aspects, just like so. I'll leave my mods like so, armor mods, etc. There's my stats. I recommend gear set bonuses, 2-piece Therapotent, 2-piece Sage if you're running Sword, that could be good, 2-piece Therapotent, 2-piece Swordmaster will also be very, very strong. The other thing I just want to sort of mention before you go, don't rule out Black Talon. I know Praxic Blade is exceptional this season, but Black Talon with Foetracer, because Foetracer and Black Talon work together insanely well. Black Talon got sort of reworked. It applies a damage increase on how many Void debuffs you've got. It just works really, really nice. Plenty of damage, safety at a distance. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.